guys, it's BenefitsOfaG from GE Tracker, and in this video I wanted to talk about decanting potions because this seems to be a popular choice amongst some of you guys, and for good reasons too. It's not a money maker that you'll sit at the Grand Exchange and wait for the item to buy, but rather this is something that you'll do while you do other activities. So for instance, right now I'm buying Super Restores because based off on the chart, there's a lot of people buying this potion at a 4 dose. And right now I'm just doing some quests while I'm waiting for these items to buy, so I can let that flip while I'm doing something else. And that's what I suggest you guys do as well. But before we get into this video, why don't we go to our winner from a few weeks back when we had our one of our Herblore videos where it was a giveaway for bonds. I finally met up with one of our winners, so why don't we cut to that real quick. Alright guys, so I'm actually recording over this video that I made earlier, simply because I was a little caught off guard. I was watching the Dead Man Mode tournament while I was rune crafting, and then the guy logged in. So I quickly scrambled to try and record the video, but I was a little off guard, and I was also doing some laundry, and so there's a lot of outside noises. So but we finally met up with Jiggy Zal as one of our winners from a couple weeks ago on that Herblore video. And based on what he's wearing, I think he needed this a little bit more than our last winner. Not to say anything bad about our last winner or this guy, but I hope this guy uses the bond to the best of his ability. I hope he makes the most out of it. And he said he was going to play Dead Man Mode, so good luck to that guy. And let's go back into our other video on decanting potions. Alright guys, so this is what your decant potions tool is going to look like, and you can find this again under your money making section, and it's going to be the second link. Now the reason I want to talk about this tool is because this has been something that's been a little bit more popular recently with you guys, but also some of you guys have also been losing money on this, and I want to stress the importance of making sure you're picking potions that are going to be profitable for you. Now what do I mean by that? I mean picking a potion that's always going to be in use. So if we look, if we click on the approximate profit, just as any other table with this site, if you click on this, it's going to show you from the least to highest. So it's showing me the least profitable to the highest profitable. And if I click it again, it's going to show me the highest to lowest. Now, if I knew nothing about this game and I stumbled upon this tool and it's showing me that I can make 4,000 on a hunter potion, you need to keep in mind how much of this is being traded at any given point in time. That's what we have our buying and selling quantity columns right here for you guys to see how much this is being floated around transaction wise. And as we can tell here that there's some question marks on this item indicating that this value isn't really known, and with a question mark, that means that price might be a little bit more volatile. Now you have to use a little bit of logic in this for the more experienced players, because a brand new player who starts this game is not going to know this, but for someone who's been playing this for at least like a year, you have to use logic. How many times while playing this game have you ever bought a hunter potion? Probably never. For me personally, I bought it one time to complete a step on a clue scroll one time, and I couldn't even sell it back. I literally just dropped it on the floor. So that's something to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to the transaction volume. Okay, there's not a lot of people buying this, and if we click on this real quickly, it's going to further prove that. So the buying selling ratio is really low, and if we go down here for the amount traded, if we click on the day graph, it's going to show us that there's not really that many people buying this at any given point in time, and it's barely hitting above 150, which really doesn't give us a lot of room to try and make any profit off of this. Now, now how do we pick an item that we know is going to be in demand? How do we be more selective and try and figure out which item would be best to decant? Well, personally for me, I like to see which item is being bought more than others. So then I would click on this column here for the buying quantity to show me the highest bought per hour to the lowest bought. Now right off the bat, it's showing me that the prayer potion has a huge demand, almost double that of the next potion below it. And as we can tell, there's more people buying this than there is selling it. So right off the bat, I should know if I were to have the prayer potion and decant it and I wanted to sell a 4 dose of this, I should have no trouble whatsoever getting it off my hands. But another problem that I see with some of you users is that you're trying to look at this table at face value, and that's wrong. When you're looking at this table here, you shouldn't think, well, okay, the 1 dose is showing me I can buy this for this much and I can sell it back at a 4 dose for this much. The problem with that is the market's always changing, so you never really know how much these items are really going for, and these are really just guidelines to show you how, like recently, this is what these items were averaging to sell at. Now if we click on the 4 dose potion, again it's going to give us a list of data based on its guideline on where we should expect this potion to be selling and buying for. And again, it's showing us a positive buy-sell ratio, which is indicating that there's more people buying this than there's selling it. So I shouldn't struggle at this point in current time to try and get this item off my hands. Now, if we look down here, it's going to become pretty apparent that the price does change all the time. Okay, so you shouldn't look at these values and think, okay, well, I should expect to sell it for this and buy it back for that. It just doesn't happen. The price is always changing, so you need to pay attention to this stuff. And I've already gone over in different videos on the pricing graph and how to look at this. But what you may have noticed is that we've changed just a little bit. This was a recent update that I'm not going to go into, but if you want to look at the previous pricing graph to what it was going to be the linear algorithm. And this is something that you guys were seeing before, which didn't really show too much information, but now we're setting it as a default for the log algorithm. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I'm not going to go into that. And if we look at the trading volume down here, we can see that it's pretty consistently sold and bought all the time at a much higher volume than the Hunter Potion. Okay, the Hunter Potion didn't even hit 1,000, but during the day, at any given point in time, it sold a lot. It's a very useful item, and it's always going through circulation all the time. Okay, so if we wanted to, let's say we wanted to use this potion, how do we add this to our transaction so we can add this to our profit tracker and keep track of how much we're making while using this tool? Well, as a default, we're set on the overview tab here, which will show us all these potions here for that information that you need. But once you've decided which potion you want to pick, then you can go to the calculator, and then you can see the list of options here of all the potions available for you to buy. Now, since the table was showing us that the prayer potion at the time of this recording has a higher transaction of buyers with a positive buy-sell ratio, this is something that I would want to pick because it's still profiting. Okay, but one thing to keep in mind is that just because I'm showing a prayer potion doesn't mean later on this is something that's going to be profitable for you guys. You should always check with the table to make sure whichever item that you guys are picking is profitable, and there's always people buying that item at the 4-dose potion. Now, what you may have noticed right off the bat is when I clicked on a potion, one of these columns here, or one of these rows, started to highlight in green. Okay, and that's going to let me know which of these rows is the cheapest dose option. But what's even more important is to look at the buying and sell quantity per hour. Now, at the beginning of this video, I was showing you guys that I was working on a quest and I was doing other things. Now, when I look at this, I'm seeing that there's really not a lot of people buying or selling this at any given point in time. It's smaller than the Hunter Potion, or even comparing to that. So if I were to buy a 2-dose prayer potion, I could do one of two things. I could either, start including a variety of flips in my transactions. So I might invest a little bit of my cash deck on prayer potions to decant, and then I might invest other money on other items, so I can wait on those as well. So if this prayer potion wasn't buying as quickly as I wanted, I still have other items that I can flip and make money in the meantime. Or, as a combination of that, you can, flip with other items as well and do other activities in game. For me, personally, I was questing in game, okay? And if we look here, it's gonna show us what this item is currently buying at. So if I were to buy a 2-dose potion, this is what I could expect it to buy at, and this is what I could expect it to sell at. But it's not a finite answer. This isn't a black and white answer in what you will buy this for and what you will sell it for. So if you go in game and you see that you try testing out and you try buying one of these and it didn't turn out as well as you wanted it, and you bought it for $45.52 or something like that, and you sold it back for $9,000, it's going to let you know if you bought one of these, did you profit or lose money on this? And right now, with those changes, I actually am still profiting, which is really cool. Okay, now what happens if I change this to, I don't know, something like 4080, or let's actually go a little bit bigger than that. Okay, now it's showing me that I should expect a loss on this. So if I were to buy 100 of these, I'm going to lose $20,000 or 20,000 GP, around that area if I were to try and buy it for this price and sell it back at this price. Now, what if we were lucky enough to buy it at 4,400 and sell it for 9,100? These are just examples, and I'm using random numbers because I don't want you guys trying to, replicate what I'm doing here. This is just as an example for you guys on how to use this tool and how to go about it. Okay, so I'm just picking random numbers to just show you how this works. Okay, so it's showing me if I buy any amount of this with this current price that I've entered, I should expect a profit. Now, if I want to buy, 4,000 of these, it's going to let me know right here in the line cost how much of an investment that would be. So if I were to buy 4,000 prayer potions at a 2-dose, at this price, I'm going to be investing 17.6 million on this investment alone. Okay? And then I should expect to make back 600,000. Now, to add this to your transactions, all you have to do is click Add Transaction, and automatically it's going to bring you to your active transaction page, and it's going to put it right here automatically for your active sales. Okay, so if you were to complete this and it was all done, you just move it over to complete transactions and it's done with. But since I didn't actually buy this, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Okay. So yeah, that's that's how you use the Decant Potions tool, guys. And I wanted to talk about this because this is something that's been popular recently with you guys. And I want to stress the fact that this isn't something where you're going to sit at the Grand Exchange and wait for these to flip or wait for these to buy. this is something that you would normally, do something else, like I said earlier. But if you guys have any suggestions on any future videos on what you guys want to see, leave a comment down below, or let me know in the comment, or let me know in Discord. If you guys ping me, if you guys just ping me like this, oh wait, there you go. It would let me know, if you just entered my name here, it would let me know that you're trying to get my attention, and that's how you'd contact me. And if you wanted to contact James, you do the same thing for James. So it would just be at James. Okay. So yeah, that's how you use this potion, guys. Thank you so much for the support, so far. Be sure to leave a like down below if you guys like this video. You guys want to see future videos like this. Leave a comment down below on what you guys want to see. Be sure to subscribe to see any future content. Good luck merching, and until next time, guys.